Spoiler alert, we're all going to die. Climate change. We know how the story ends. Global warming melts the glaciers and ice caps. We'll have devastating hurricanes, forest fires, and droughts. Any land not covered by the surging sea will turn to desert and the planet will die. It's all because of the greenhouse effect caused by carbon dioxide. The computer projections can't be wrong, and the world has less than 9 years before it's too late. Okay, chill. Because there are warriors out there, true-life superheroes who lead the charge against carbon dioxide. This video is the first in a series honoring the world's top 10 climate change heroes. You get to know who they are, what they think, and what they are doing to save the planet for you. We start this video series by introducing climate change superhero number 10. He's loved and admired, the man formerly known as Prince Charles. It's now King Charles III. Now, Charles is involved with over 400 charities, many of them dealing with the environment. He's been making speeches for 5 decades, many at the top venues like United Nations, top conferences, and the World Economic Forum.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the midst of a crisis that is now, I hope, well understood. Global warming, climate change, and the devastating loss of biodiversity are the greatest threats humanity has ever faced.
For a veteran environmentalist, Charles is surprisingly up to date. He spoke of the Great Reset even before Klaus Schwab published the book of that title. And he spoke of Build Back Better before Joe Biden took that as a campaign slogan. Charles earns a place in my list of carbon heroes because of his great personal touch. He goes old style, saying no to teleconferencing, live streaming, Zoom, and Skype. Instead, preferring to be in person, shaking hands, playing to the crowd, pressing the flesh, eye to eye, up close and personal. This takes considerable time and dedication. To do this, he gets around by private jet. It was a harrowing experience for Charles attending the World Economic Forum in Switzerland in 2020. Sadly, Charles' usual jet was in the shop, forcing him to charter a plane. The Daily Mail said the charter burned 6 metric tons of carbon per passenger.
How dare you!
I bet their math assumed Charles was the only passenger. Because if you had a personal assistant, security, press liaison, and family before multiplying by 6, The next hardship for Charles was landing. Davos doesn't have an airport. Who knew? He landed in St. Gallen, where typically World Economic Forum people jump on helicopters for the remaining 200 kilometers. But not Charles. He was to give a speech on climate change, so he had to go to Davos by electric car. And what a car it was. Electric Jaguar. 0 emissions. Classy. Sets an example. Not sure how the security team got to Davos emission-free. After Switzerland, he went to the Middle East, doubling the mileage, then redoubling again to get home. Then I guess he has to pay the bill for all this. No expense is too great for the cost. Congratulations to Charles for such a heroic effort to add his personal touch in the fight against carbon. Charles once joked that he was allergic to helicopters. Such modesty. But you have to admire Charles for taking the green energy car to make a stand against helicopter emissions. What's this? Back in England 2 weeks later, he took a helicopter to deliver a speech about the importance of lowering aircraft emissions.
How dare you!
100-mile journey, cost 12,000 British pounds, 2.5 tons of carbon emissions.
How dare you!
Yeesh. Let's just jump to fun facts. First fun fact, King Charles is the name of 2 distinct breeds of dogs. The King Charles Spaniel and the Cavalier King Charles. Long ago, there was also a breed formerly known as the Prince Charles Spaniel, but now that's considered to be part of the King Charles breed. Kind of reminds me of something. As I said, Charles is involved with over 400 charities in roles ranging from patron up to president. And this number could increase if he takes over his late mother's duties in over 600 other charities. It's awesome the royals can use their prestige to help charities. Now, you might ignore a fundraising letter from Blerfner Gabludian, but one signed by a prince or a king, representing 500 years of imperial majesty? Impressive. And Charles can really mobilize ordinary people to contribute their 20 quid. But what about the rich? The Guardian reported that a donor once gave him 3 million euros. No check in the mail, this was cash. Hand delivered in suitcases and designer bags. Remember that personal touch. Shout out to the generous donor, Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim bin Jabel Al Thani, former Prime Minister of Qatar, who owes his good fortune to fossil fuels. Another fun fact, Charles is a trained commando. He's a qualified sailor and parachutist. He flew military helicopters, as did his brother, Prince Andrew. Andrew fought for the British in the Falklands War. He was actually a war hero in 1982. Fun fact, or I should say fun guess, the royal family's net worth could be about $88 billion. It's hard to value as they have jewels, art, and real estate that's been in the family for centuries. It would never be sold off. Buckingham Palace itself could be worth $5 billion US. It's stunning now, but just imagine how awesome it will be once Charles installs the windmills and solar panels. Thanks for watching. Click the box to join me for the next video. Climate change superhero Bill Gates in Bill Gates' Excellent TED Adventure.